Isn't that right, Brenda? Isn't that right?
So, I'm sorry to interrupt. So, you can just leave the tape running. By the way, you left your shorts here.
Okay.
Well, I don't want your shorts in the middle of the entryway. So, I guess I have a question for you. So, what are you trying to practice on Lalo? Do you know? Are you going to play it through and find mistakes and work on them? Are you working on dynamics? Are you working on speed? Are you when you're just playing it right now, what's the point? What do you think you need to work on, or do you just not know? So you're just playing it. And let me tell you the reason that I'm asking you, okay? The reason I'm asking you is because you only have an hour to practice. And I remember when Gretchen was working with Kathy that she talked about being efficient. Do you know what that means?
It means organizing your time.
And making the most use of your time. So, sometimes I know Marcia tells you, I want you to do da 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 da. Okay? So I want you to pretend that Marcia's in the room, or Eugene, and what's something he said at the last lesson so very long ago because we missed it? What is something he said about this movement?
He said that he was a lot more vibrato. Except I haven't played it for him in 5 lessons.
All right, so where would be a section you could work on a lot more vibrato? I don't think you should work on the whole 3 pages. Why don't you pick half of 1 page or 3 long phrases?
Okay, then that would be better for the first page because that has tons of spots for vibrato.
Okay, then start in the middle of the first page and work on vibrato. And what's the longest note you have on the first page that's not an open string?
Well, on the last couple of lines, there's trills, but...
Well, I don't mean... a trill is not 1 note. What is the longest note, your biggest chance for your best vibrato on that page?
Well, there isn't a bigger one than other because there's tons of ties that...
Let me see.
There's tons of ties that are the same.
Okay, what note is this?
The D or the B?
The D, okay. And what finger do you play it with? A 4? What finger do you play this with? This is a quarter note.
2.
Okay. Why don't you play this note? What is it, a B?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you play a long B and let me hear your vibrato on a B? Can you? Okay, so why don't you do that again? Okay, now why don't you do it without your bow? And even put your bow down. And put your hand, I'll get it. Put your other hand right here and support your violin and see what you have to do to make the best vibrato possible on that note. Okay, now come over to the table and do a couple of book knocks. Do you remember how to do those?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think you can use your metronome. Here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now come over and try the B again. And then why don't you try, try it with the bow.
Right now?
Well, here's the B, right? Right here.
Yeah.
So why don't you start on, this is an up bow.
Yeah.
Ya, da, da. Okay, start there. What?
No, that's 3 down bows. It's down, up, down, down.
Okay, let's hear those 3 notes with accents. Okay, and so what are the dynamics here? It's accent, 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 grow, and then quiet, and then another accent, grow. It's woo, woo. Why don't you see if you can do vibrato and dynamics for these 8 notes or whatever it is? Okay?
Well, I can start from here. It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if it's 3 down bows, do them all down bow.
No, I just realized down, up, down, down.
Okay.
Usually there's 3 down
Well,
bows
fine.
everywhere, so I got mixed up.
All right, well, do whatever the real bowing is. Do you understand that when you put your bow on the string, you're putting it right on the fingerboard? I think this is going to be build it big. You still want to be on the middle of the sweet spot. Okay? You're still on a close to, yes. No, you moved it. So come down, and when you come around, look for the middle. Don't move it afterwards. So go to rest position, and I want to tell you something. And make sure you frown really, really big. Okay? Sliding your finger into position is not teaching it to find it. And moving your bow over is not teaching you to find it either. Finding it means you pick it up and do it. It doesn't mean you pick it up and do it and then move it. It's not the same. And every time you do it that way, you have taught your hand to move instead of to find. So see if you can circle around and land on the sweet spot. I think you could have done that 5 years ago if you were watching. There you go. Simple. All right, now do it again, and when you do it this time, see what you can do about your landing. See if you can come in this close, and really get that wrist into it. You're on the G string, right? So your elbow needs to be up. All right.
This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, well, it might not. But I don't think you need to cry about it. Just say, Mom, this isn't working for me. And go on. Why don't you play this one? If you think it sounds exactly like you want to perform it, don't ever work on that spot. Okay? So that's what you're telling me, that you love exactly how it sounds and you don't think it can sound any better? And if that's true, that's fantastic. Move on. Okay? So let's start here. Please. Is that too hard for you to start there?
No.
Then let's do it. You just wasted a minute, which you're going to have to make up after practice. 5 minutes for every minute that you waste my time sitting here. Start here, because you don't have to ever practice that again. Start there. Okay, do not start on the fingerboard. Move over. Okay, let's hear that again and see if you can get rid of the scratchiness. Okay, see if you can put some dynamics in. It sounds all the same and everything's the same. Add some dynamics. Why don't you put some of your sourpuss notes in there, since you look like a sourpuss? Okay, I'm still not hearing a decrescendo. It's supposed to be loud, and there's the top of the rainbow, and go down. So I want to hear, okay? Try again. Well, okay, it sounded cleaner that time, don't you think so? But I'm still not hearing a story. I'm just hearing rah, 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 rah. I want to hear strong and soft, and I want to hear some dynamics in it. So what is the story here? You have to play a story for me. Maybe do a little more vibrato on one note, or a little more louder on one note, or a little softer on a different note. Try something you've never tried before on this section. Okay, get off of the fingerboard. Good job. I like that. I really like it when you go into this. So let's keep some dynamics here and move into a really sweet transition here. I like that. I like those resets were much smoother. Okay, so let's have you do these two notes, and then let's see if there's something you can work on. Remember, we're still working on vibrato, so see if you can find vibrato-y notes in here. Okay, I liked that. The only suggestion I have, even though it sounded pretty and you faked it really well, is I think I would do 3 seconds of fourth finger vibrato work, because fourth finger has to be really supported. It's the hardest one to do vibrato on. Okay, so do the phrase again and see if you can somehow support that fourth finger just a little bit more so that it can do a tiny bit better vibrato off the fingerboard, even though it's soft. See what I mean? So fourth finger is that one that we really, really have to make sure that vibrato comes from here and not from a like that. And you're so busy trying to make a beautiful sound that your fourth finger is having to work extra hard. So see if you can do that phrase again and make the fourth finger vibrato. Even if it doesn't sound pretty, make that fourth finger nice and curved and moving from here. Even if it doesn't sound good. See if you can help it out. Did you see whether you did it or not? Did you see whether you softened it or not? I couldn't tell. It looked like it was almost the same. It looked like you got really used to shifting up and being hard. See if you can work on that for 2 minutes. What is the note before the fourth finger?
A.
A? And what finger do you play it with?
1.
Okay. Play it with your fourth finger and then shift up with your fourth finger just for the heck of it.
You can't play.
Yes, you can.
No?
Well, try.
It's in first position.
Try it. Can you do it?
Barely.
Okay, try it. Too hard. Okay. Try it, then try it as low as you can do it, where you can keep it nice and curved. I guess I'm not being clear. What I guess I'm meaning is see if you can. So what I'm saying is it's hard to be soft with your forefinger when you're shifted. So see if you can find the best place for your fourth finger, practice vibrato, and then just move it up to that note. Show me the best place where your fourth finger on your violin is the most relaxed it can ever be. Not there, down lower. No, on that string. No, on the string you're playing it on. So right now it's not relaxed. Make it the best fourth finger that Eugene would ever like. Where is the fourth finger the happiest? Here? Okay, so play that note with nice vibrato and then move up to the note and see if you can keep the shape. Okay, well, it still looks a little bit like this to me. I don't know if it's possible for you to play it without bending it, but I'd like to see if you could try it once. Maybe you need to move your elbow over a little.
That doesn't help.
Okay, well, what is the thing that Eugene asked you to do to make your fourth finger more rounded? Was that the Sefcik?
I don't get what you're asking.
What exercise did he have you do where you went ba da 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 and you kept your hand in perfect position?
My Shradiak?
Okay, so make sure it's a Shradiak fourth finger that he talked about. That, like that. That's right. The shape, make it a Shradiak fourth finger on the vibrato. How do you do that? Maybe you don't do it today. Maybe you don't do it tomorrow. But maybe someday you learn how to do a vibrato with your fourth finger that looks like a Shradiak and not like an extended finger. Well, that looks a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you do that?
I just did Shradiak on my D string for a second.
Well, see if you could do that again. That looked really nice. Well, the bow sounds a little scratchy, but the vibrato looks great. Maybe you can't do both at the same time. Yeah, sure. We're only doing it in the church once because, we have to switch. All right, so, that's a lot of work for a fourth finger, but maybe it will help you. I don't know. Are there any other fourth finger vibrato notes in this piece?
Oh, yeah.
See if you can find two more and practice those with Shradiak fourth fingers. Make it a challenge to find them. Okay.
There's one really high on the D string that's always stiff.
Oh, we'll figure out a way to practice that one then. That'd be great.
Good. Oh, she left. She's downstairs. Jeez, my wrist was like dog leggy, so it started to hurt. Nice. fourth fingers in that section. So wish. I don't know how I am because there is no dust in this house really at all.
Where is she?
I think she's downstairs. I bit the skin on my lip. So now my lip is hurting like heck. The pieces I played before are so hard now. And this is so easy.
I want a crescendo there. You've got the notes in tune now and you worked really hard to get that. So now, work on blasting it through the ceiling.
That wasn't any better. Oh, and my bow's not even tightened all the way. Top bottom, I think. Yeah. No, it's top under. It's top under, not top. I think Lalo had a little anger issues here. Oh, he did have some anger issues, I think. It's been 30 minutes, well 31 to be exact, and 21 seconds, but still, it's 4 minutes. Top ender. I don't need that many. I can't sing that, but I know what time it is. It's 7:29. I'm gonna just. I practiced. Well, I didn't really, but. I can't do that. At 7:30, so I'm gonna upload this later, I guess.